Hi everyone, it's Dr. Ramani, and welcome back to this series on sort of a narcissistic glossary, a handbook of narcissistic terms and words that are relevant to narcissism and understanding narcissistic relationships. I came up with this idea because I noticed there are lots of words out there that are often sort of bandied about in videos about narcissism, blogs, articles, you name it. I wanted to create one place where all of this was defined and given examples. And listen, it may also be that you've never heard some of these terms before, and they may help give you more understanding about narcissism and narcissistic relationships. Today, we're going to take on the term word salad. Before I get to that, please join us. Join this channel. Please be a subscriber. Hit the subscribe button, and also if you want notifications, hit the bell, and then you will get notifications every time we put out a new video. So let's take on word salad. It's an interesting one. If you've never heard of this one, it's actually quite interesting. This is actually a video where I think I'm going to start with an example. Okay? So hold on to your hat, because this is actually a hard example to come up with. Let's say that you are talking with a narcissistic partner about some financial concerns that you were having. The two of you don't typically communicate well, and money's a little bit of a challenge. Your partner, he's a gaslighter, and he's often in denial about money. He'll often deflect the conversations so he doesn't have to deal. So, okay, let's say you say this. Hey, hon, before you head out to the gym, we just need to take a quick minute to talk about the household budget. There's actually a tax bill that's coming due, and I need to make sure that we have the money in the account set up right so I have the funds for it. Okay? Now, let's just say they respond, your narcissistic partner responds like this. Seriously, you're going to bring this up now? Bring it up on my way? While I'm on my way to something I want to do? Because I work so hard. God, you never think about my feelings. You never think about what I need. You talk about love, and you talk about hate, and you talk about what you need. And I need things too. What about that family of yours? What did they ever give you? Huh, what did they ever give us? I need a car. I need a house. I need things. What about you? What do you do for us? I do so much. And a nicer house would be better for us. Your family knows that, and I work hard. You don't see that, and I needed that. I needed to be seen. Do you see what I need? But you just keep reaching for the stars. Why can't you just stay here on the earth? Why would you need so much more than I give? I can't give you the stars. I give a lot. I work hard. Don't you see that? In school, I was the very best student. And then I was the very best worker. And I just saw someone who said he owes his career to me. I was just 22, and this guy, he was 45. This guy, he says I was his mentor. I was 22. He was 45. I do so much. I give so much. Okay. So, imagine that was the response to your asking about the tax bill. So in that herky-jerky chaos of words and confusion and twists and turns, I think if we did some decoding, it seems like maybe this person's narcissistic partner feels unappreciated, or maybe he was trying to say his partner's thinks his partner's entitled, or maybe he thinks the partner's family could have helped out. Frankly, the fact is, who the hell knows what that whole loopy rant was about? But if that happened to you, at that point, you are so confused. that you may actually just let the conversation go. Maybe you'd risk asking about it later, or better yet, try and figure out this tax bill issue yourself. That lovely interlude I tried to give you an example of was an example of word salad. Word salad in the realm of narcissism is a confused, jumbled up mix of words that don't really hang together fully logically or semantically, and definitely aren't a sensible response to what a person says. The sentences by themselves make sense. Like each of those sentences I gave you in that example, they're grammatically correct, but altogether, they don't represent a meaningful response to the question or issue at hand, and they leave the situation even more confused than it was before you spoke. Now, this term word salad is actually used in psychiatry and psychology in another way as well. It's used when we refer to the verbal production of people who have certain mental illnesses or central nervous system illnesses. Like examples would be, for example, schizophrenia or other psychotic illnesses or other issues like dementia. But in these cases, sort of traditional psychiatric word salad, it is almost random words. It might be like, car shop me war, go try so, hop shop chicken song. So there's absolutely no sense, no semantic meaning to the chain of words in that kind of word salad. Now, obviously, that kind of psychiatric word salad is something far more pathological and indicative of profound mental illness or potentially brain damage. But in narcissism, when we use this term word salad, it's when we talk about these very confused verbal tirades and diatribes that just almost like literally almost feel like they don't make sense. Now, word salad in narcissism definitely has certain characteristics. It can be very circuitous, a person just talking around in circles and never really getting to a point. It can be tangential. For example, the narcissistic person bringing up topics and themes that have nothing to do with the issue that's being discussed. So, for example, bringing up that idea in the word salad example I gave you, bringing up that idea of being a mentor to some random person years ago. It had nothing to do with the tax bill. It's confusing when it's tangential because it's not a response to the issue at hand. It is also, word salad can be very deflecting because, again, it doesn't address the issue at hand. And deflection, in fact, is a sort of a form of gaslighting. Word salad can also sometimes be what we call persecutory, meaning that it has an almost conspiratorial or almost paranoid twist to it. A person going on about their victimhood or the fact that you don't get them and nobody gets them. The persecutory piece is not required, but it's not an unusual part of these narcissistic word salads. Now, in a way, word salad, as I suggested, is really a form of gaslighting. Now, while the word salad doesn't deny your reality per se, though it may depend on what kinds of words the salad is made of, it is designed to confuse. Now, one may wonder, why does this even happen? My hypothesis for why narcissists engage in word salad is that it's due to a combination of rage, dysregulation, their tendency to not deal well with reality when they don't want to deal with it, and an inability to manage frustration. All of that together may result in these bizarre verbal hiccups. And over time, when they are cornered, they have learned, I guess, that just yammering on in a twisty, turny way may actually get people off of their backs. Because there are likely any number of origins for why a narcissistic individual would engage in word salad, it may also relate to the idea that different word salads may look different. A rageful word salad will be loud and angry. An entitled word salad will be victimized. A grandiose or arrogant word salad will sound like a flight of fancy. So when in the midst of all those confused words, the only thing you will really hear is all of their narcissistic stuff just spewing out. So what do? The first time you encounter word salad, I promise you, you're going to be really confused. You may even wonder early on if they're on drugs. The second time it happens, please view it as a wake-up call. Word salad, like any salad, is a mishmash of ingredients. Gaslighting, false narratives, and so on and so forth. And your reactions may also be a mishmash of confusion, fear, anxiety, and frustration. Narcissistic relationships are seductive because there's always something to do in a narcissistic relationship. Always a bizarre message to decode because they said something that's strange. Or always something to explain. Always something to defend against. Or there's always that Rubik's Cube of always trying to figure out what you need to do to win them over. But these relationships are actually broken Rubik's Cubes that are set up in a way that you can never quite solve them. Word salad becomes one more time in this relationship when you are trying to figure them out. But there actually isn't that much to figure out. We've already nailed it. They're insecure, they're conflictual, they're antagonistic, they can't cope, they can't take responsibility, they lash out at other people, and that's about it. It's one more example. Word salad is one more example of the chaos that's inherent in these relationships. Basically, narcissists just make messes and leave other people to sort them out. Trying to find a Rosetta Stone to decode their word salad is not only a waste of your time, it simply sucks you deeper into the narcissist's vortex. If you have never encountered narcissistic word salad, I guess just consider yourself fortunate. In my experience, I have observed it happening a little bit more with covert narcissists who tend to get a bit more emotionally overwhelmed, they tend to be more socially anxious, and they tend to get more confused. But I'll be honest with you, the grandiose narcissist who isn't getting his or her way or is going through some big disappointment is also quite vulnerable. When word salad happens and you witness it, it helps to know that it's coming. And then when it happens, you can almost smile to yourself like you knew it was coming. No matter what the dressing is, word salad rarely feels good, and I can promise you it never tastes good. And in some ways, word salad is simply the encapsulation of a narcissistic temper tantrum and their gaslighting version of sort of speaking in narcissistic tongues. All I can say about word salad is, if you encounter it, good luck to you. I hope this video clarified word salad in a way that wasn't too word salady and that it actually made sense. Again, good luck to you if you encounter it. As always, please hit subscribe if you want to join this channel and get all access to all this wonderful content, and also the notification bell if you want us to tell you each time we put up a new video. Thanks again.